Before we start, subscribe if you're tired of surface-level advice and want to truly understand human psychology, emotions, and behavior. Like this video and comment awake if you've ever felt trapped inside your own mind. Trust me, this video might explain more about your life than you expect. If you can't control your emotions, people will control you. And if you've been feeling like something inside you is slowly fading, like your days are passing, but nothing really feels meaningful anymore, pay close attention to this. Because what you're about to hear explains one of the most ignored psychological patterns of modern life. It's not always depression. It's not always bad luck. In many cases, it's a silent addiction that doesn't look dangerous at first, but quietly rewires how you think, what you desire, and even how you see yourself. And the most disturbing part is that most people don't even realize they are trapped in it. This video is for anyone who feels emotionally drained without a clear reason, who constantly seeks stimulation but never feels satisfied, or who notices a growing emptiness even when life seems fine on the outside. We're going to break down the behavioral cycle behind this hidden dependency, how it affects personality over time, and why it slowly disconnects you from real purpose, real relationships, and real focus. By the end, you will understand what's actually happening beneath your habits, and why breaking this pattern is not about motivation, but awareness of how your mind has been conditioned to stay distracted. Stay until the end of this video, because what I'm about to break down doesn't look serious at first, but it quietly changes the way you experience your entire life. It usually starts in a moment nobody even pays attention to. You wake up, still half asleep, and before your brain even fully loads the day, your hand already reaches for your phone. No decision, no thought, just habit. And for a few seconds, it feels harmless. Quick check. Just something to wake up the mind. But here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't actually wake up. It gets pulled. One notification turns into a scroll. One video turns into 5. And suddenly you're not in your room anymore mentally. You're inside a stream of other people's lives. Opinions, jokes, updates, problems, wins, losses, everything except your own. And the strange part is, it feels like nothing is wrong. That's exactly why it works. Because this isn't about addiction in the obvious sense. It's not dramatic. It doesn't feel like losing control. It feels like normal life now. That's what makes it so powerful. And over time, something subtle starts to shift. Real life begins to feel slower, not worse, not painful, just slower. Waiting in line feels longer. Sitting in silence feels heavier. Even simple moments like eating without a screen start to feel slightly uncomfortable, like your brain is missing something it can't quite name. And most people misread this completely. They think they're just easily bored, or they think they need more productivity, or a better routine. But that's not what's happening underneath. What's actually happening is your attention is getting trained to expect constant movement. Think about it like this. Your mind starts treating stillness like something suspicious. Like silence is a gap that needs to be filled immediately. So it pushes you toward anything that moves, anything that changes, anything that keeps the input flowing. Even when you're tired, even when you don't actually enjoy it. And here's the part nobody really connects at first. This doesn't just affect your focus. It affects your sense of presence. You can be physically sitting in a conversation, but mentally you're half a second away from checking your phone. You can be watching something, but your attention is already scanning for the next thing. It's like your mind stopped fully landing anywhere. And the weirdest detail? You don't notice it happening while it's happening. It only shows up later, when a quiet moment finally stays quiet long enough. That's when it hits differently. That small discomfort, that urge to escape, that feeling that something is missing, even when nothing is wrong on the surface. And most people don't realize it. But this is where the pattern really starts shaping how they move through everything else in life. The strange part is, most people don't even realize when they start depending on it. Because it doesn't feel like a problem. It feels like comfort. That moment when your mind gets quiet for just a second. Right after finishing something. Or when you're alone in a room with nothing playing in the background. That's when it hits first. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just a small pull. Like your brain is asking for something without saying it out loud. So you do what feels natural. You reach for stimulation again. A quick scroll while you're waiting for coffee. A video while you're brushing your teeth. Something playing while you're walking even short distances. And slowly, without noticing, your day stops having empty space. And it sounds harmless, right? Everybody does it. But here's where things quietly shift. When your mind never sits still, it never fully processes anything either. Thoughts don't settle. Emotions don't land. Everything stays a little bit unfinished inside you. And that changes how you handle normal life. For example, a simple boring moment used to just be a boring moment. Now it feels like something is wrong with it. Like it needs to be fixed. Like you need to escape it. So instead of sitting in it, you escape it. And every escape teaches your brain the same thing. Don't stay here too long. That's where the discomfort starts growing in the background. Not because life got worse, but because your tolerance for stillness got lower. And this is where it gets tricky, because your brain starts adapting to that pattern. It begins to expect movement all the time. So even when nothing is happening, it creates urgency out of nothing. That's why some people feel anxious for no clear reason. Not panic, not crisis, just this low-level pressure, like something is missing but they can't identify what. And instead of sitting with that feeling, they reach for the same cycle again. Noise, content, distraction, anything that resets the discomfort for a moment. But it never actually resets. It just pauses it. And over time, something subtle starts to happen in how you experience yourself. Silence stops feeling like peace and starts feeling like a gap that needs filling. And once that shift happens, even your relationships, your focus, and your sense of direction begin to feel slightly off, without you ever being able to point to the exact moment it began. And this is where most people get caught in something they don't even notice at first. Because when your mind gets used to constant stimulation, it doesn't just change your attention. It changes your presence. You start seeing it in small moments, like when you're sitting with someone you care about, but your focus keeps drifting. Not because you don't care, but because your brain got trained to expect something new every few seconds. A message, a notification, a shift, something that breaks the stillness. So when real life stays steady, it almost feels harder to stay fully inside it. And this is where relationships quietly start to shift. You're there, but not fully there. You're listening, but part of your mind is still scanning for something else. And the other person might not even be able to explain what feels different. They just feel it. Less depth, less presence, more distance without a clear reason. And it doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in fragments. A conversation where you nod but don't fully absorb. A walk where your thoughts keep jumping. A quiet dinner that feels slightly uncomfortable unless something is playing in the background. And slowly, connection starts to feel thinner. Not broken, just lighter than it used to be. That's when a strange pattern begins. When connection feels weaker, people try to fill it with more stimulation again. More content, more noise, more input, thinking it will bring them back to feeling normal. But it does the opposite. Because every time you choose stimulation over presence, you reinforce the same loop. Real life feels less engaging, so you escape it more. And the more you escape, the less engaging it becomes. And this loop doesn't just stay in your phone habits. It spreads. It shows up in how long you can focus on a task without drifting. In how quickly you feel restless when nothing is happening. In how hard it becomes to sit with your own thoughts without reaching for something to interrupt them. And over time, something subtle changes in how you experience everyday life. Moments stop feeling complete on their own. They start feeling like they need something added to them to feel right. A sound, a screen, a distraction. And when that becomes your baseline, even calm situations start to feel slightly off. Like they're missing something you can't quite name. That's why some people don't feel sad or happy anymore the same way. It's more like a low background restlessness that follows them everywhere, even when nothing is wrong on the surface. And the most confusing part is, they still think they're just living normally, but their attention is already living somewhere else. So if you've been feeling that quiet emptiness, that constant need to scroll, switch, escape, or fill every silent moment, maybe it's not because something is missing in your life, Maybe it's because nothing ever gets the chance to fully stay with you anymore. And that's the part most people overlook. Life doesn't always feel empty because of what you don't have, but because of how rarely you're actually present for what you already have. The mind adapts quietly. It learns patterns without asking permission. And over time, it can turn even simple moments into something you rush through instead of experience. That's why so many people today feel like time is moving fast, but nothing feels meaningful inside of it. But here's something worth holding on to. Attention is not just focus. It's where your life actually happens. What you repeatedly give it to is what starts shaping your emotions, your relationships, and even your sense of self. And the moment you start noticing where your attention goes, you also start noticing what has been shaping you without you realizing it. Not to judge it, just to finally see it clearly. Because the emptiness a lot of people feel today isn't always about loss. Sometimes it's about distance. Distance from stillness. Distance from presence. Distance from your own moments before they disappear into the next distraction. And once you see that clearly, even the smallest change in attention can slowly start changing the way life feels again. If this video made sense to you on a deeper level, don't just move on and forget it. Subscribe to the channel for more content on psychology, human behavior, relationships, habits, and how your mind actually works in everyday life. Like the video if you want more videos like this to keep showing up for you, and drop a comment right now saying the number you feel connected to today. It helps me understand who's really here until the end. And if you're still watching, there's a reason for that. Check the video on the card right now because it connects directly to what you just learned here, and it might hit even harder. Also, take a look at the playlist on the channel. There's a full series of videos breaking down patterns most people never notice about themselves, relationships, and modern life psychology. Don't just watch one video and leave it here. Keep going, because once you start seeing these patterns, everything starts to make a different kind of sense.